What's up guys, Chasing Labour here with episode number 4 of our Williams F1 Manager 22 series. In today's episode we are taking on the double header of Catalonia, and if memory serves, I believe we go to Canada, but I probably should have checked that before I started recording, so that's fun. I know, Catalonia and Monaco. I knew we had to go to Monaco somewhere. It's been a couple of days since I last played the game and I've been ill, so I apologise if I sound a little croaky. So, if you missed the last couple of races, go check those out. That was the last episode. Episode 3 we went to Imola and to Miami, and we had a respectable-ish time of things, which is pretty good. So, we're going to start off pretty much straight away with the Spanish Grand Prix, because there is nothing left to catch you up on that you didn't see last time. For those of you who have just joined the series, we have Oscar Piastri sat in 11th in the Drivers' Championship. We have Théo Pourchaire sat in 20th in the Drivers' Championship, which is quite a difference. But we do have 8 points on the board, which puts us in 7th in the Constructors' Championship, which is definitely something of a positive for us to be looking forward to. So we're going to go into the race then. I'm going to go, and as usual, we're going to go right the way through this one. Performance targets wise, we're just going to try and reach Q3, because that's... I said that. There's a reach... I don't know why I always mess that. There's a reach Q2 bonus that we could probably achieve if we're lucky. We'll see. We've got a couple of upgrades on the car. I put those on very, very recently. I'm just going to make sure they are actually on the car. So we built some chassis, which it looks like I've got both installed. We built some underfloors, which hopefully we have got both installed. We do. Got new suspensions installed because I did that last time. And in terms of what is in development, we've got a new front wing coming and a new rear wing coming, and we're building some new front wings, some new underfloors, some new everything, because Oscar Piastri likes to destroy his cars. So I'm going to go forward to the race weekend, and I'll see you on the other side with the results. So that might be the single most bizarre race I've had on this game so far. It's a bit of a story. Usually we get used to Spain being a bit processional. So we finished in 15th and didn't finish in 20th. And it was a bit of a weird up and down kind of race. So Théo Pourchaire was the first one to crash out, brought out the safety car, which gave me a chance to make an early pit stop. It was just for my pit window anyway. So I thought I'd bring Piastri in for some new tyres, wait for things to run out. Everyone came in for pit stops not long after the safety car, which pushed us up into the top 4 or 5. Then another crash happened between Perez and Russell on lap, or later on, 9 laps later. And everyone came into the pits, which left me, or everyone who hadn't pit came into the pits, which left me in first, leading away the safety car. Left Piastri in first, I should say, leading away the safety car. And I did think, as we were in first, as the safety car was out, maybe I should pit for some hard tyres, go to the end. Second guessed myself, turned out to be a mistake, but I was like, a point is a point, and that's all we really, it's a successful Sunday for us, is to get a point or a handful of points. And we're doing really well. We were running in 10th right up until about halfway through the last lap, and Piastri locked up, and Sonoda decided to bin it, and I thought we might catch him. We didn't. I think he took out Gasly with him as well, and it was all kind of a mess. Either way, we threw away some points, is what happened there. But in the Drivers' Championship, Piastri still sits 11th, which is still pretty good. And of course, because of his underwhelming performance so far, Théo Pourchaire is in last. But we stay in 7th in the Constructors, which is where we need to be. And of course, we're going to get some development points. Oscar Piastri picking up a brand new development point. Théo Pourchaire picking up some good stuff. You can see the breakdown in the race. He made 10 successful overtakes, 19 successful overtakes. 23 successful defences. He had a really, really good race, especially when we look at Pourchaire, who 6 overtakes, 3 successful. It wasn't great. Whereas impressive is what we get there. So we've got some development points. We've got Monaco coming up next, which is in about a week's time, I think, off the top of my head. Good chunk of cash going into the bank as well, which is going to help because we definitely need to build an underbody. That is for absolutely certain. So we will work on that, of course, in just a moment's time. We just need to get ourselves through. So we've got a design complete on the rear wing. We can also manufacture a rear wing for Monaco, which will definitely help somewhere along the way. So we'll get into that in just a second. Let's have a look at the emails just to see what's happening. Great race for us. I mean, some good stuff, really. Front wing manufactured, rear wing design complete, though, is what's really important. We need to get a couple of those ready as rapid as we can. Can we get 2 of those done in time for the race? We can if we rush it. I guess we'll do that then. That should get us through. We'll build 4 of those because that means we'll have a spare by Sunday, which we'll absolutely be needing. Can I also get a new underfloor built, because we are going to need some of those as well, because we've lost one over the course of the weekend in practice. So we will manufacture, I guess, a couple of those on rushed as well. We can't do it because we're currently manufacturing one. That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all. Okay, is there anything else? Of course, we've got a design project to do. We can do more designing. Do we have any ATR period going? I seem to remember we do, but it's because it's been a few days, so we'll have a little look. I think probably we need to be working on some side pods is probably the next thing for the car. We've got some hours remaining, so we'll do that. We'll put all of the ATR into this just to get as good a set of side pods as we can. So we'll throw that in there. We'll see what that leaves us on the grid in terms of growth. Up to 13th on drag reduction, up to 17th on airflow. We can definitely do better than that. So we will go for race performance because that's going to be important. We will try and preserve as much of our engine cooling as we can. That's a good idea. It's all kind of a game of inches, this, so we're going to try and get as much out of the car as we can without losing performance at the very least. That would help. I know we can just drop that down, and airflow is going to be an issue, but I feel like that's a thing we need to do something with. Can we just focus on some drag reduction? And I guess the preset just race performance is probably the best way forward. And we'll sacrifice the engine cooling. That works for me. We'll go with all our engineers into this project, and we could rush it and get it in for a couple of races' time. It's not a long part to develop, so we'll go with that. I think that's going to help us immensely, and we should be well up the grid there. That will take us to 10th on high speed, 17th on top speed in DRS as well. We should be in a good position with that to make the car significantly better, just with a quick design. So let's head forward towards the next race, see what parts we can get onto the car. We've got an upgrade coming in for the helipad, which is going to help with some sponsor money. Email's just going to be, you've got a helipad, good work. There you go, extra 2% on sponsor target payouts, which will, I'm sure, help us out down the line somewhere. And then we get to Monaco for Friday practice. We've got manufacturing of our underfloor complete. Race preview, we should be fine here, I think. I haven't actually had a look at where we stand on the grid in terms of circuit info here. So if we look at the car attributes, in fact, let's go to our car comparison before we go to the analysis. There we go. Analysis is the word I'm looking for. So if we go into, yes, we're not really one of the better teams on the grid in terms of anything right now, but we do have that high speed, which isn't much at Monaco. Could be a long weekend. You never know. We might get ourselves somewhere. In fact, having thought about that, before we do the analysis, we should see how our new front wing stacks up, because we do have the ability to install the rear wing. I'm sure I did design a wing. There we go. I knew I wasn't going mental. So, rank on grid, we have gone up a little bit under medium speed, which should help us out a little bit. I said that. Probably best to compare the two. So if we go into this one, that would, we've gone up a little bit on medium speed. It's got to put us up on high speed as well. Definitely successful. Maybe not for this race necessarily going forward, but going forward it will be better for us. I'm going to take a gamble we can reach Q2, because I don't think it's impossible in Monaco. We'll give that a go as best we can, and we are looking good for underfloor manufacturing. Monaco Grand Prix we should be okay on. Let's just go forward to the race and let's see what we can do, shall we? Hopefully we're going to come back with some points. So the predictably uneventful race that I thought we would get in Spain, sorry, still feeling rough, has actually happened in Monaco. Monaco, of course, not famed for its overtaking. We have had a torrid time. Théo Pourchaire had a crash and had to go in for a new front wing. He destroyed a tyre as well. He finishes 3 laps down in 20th, Piastri in 17th, 2 laps down. Really just kind of a disastrous weekend where nothing has massively changed for anyone in the Constructors' Championship. As far as I can tell, Sergio Perez moves above Fernando Alonso, but it's just that kind of checkerboard Ferrari Red Bull that we expect. George Russell moving up above Valtteri Bottas finally as well. But I had a little think, and I think what we're going to do with this episode is we're going to make it a triple header. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do Azerbaijan, we're going to go to Baku as well, because why not? We've got a little bit of time left in the episode. We can make that work. So let's go make it a 3-peat kind of thing. Also, because I feel like we should end this episode on a high note, and I feel like we're going to go quite well in Azerbaijan. So that's also a reason for doing it. So let's go through what's happening between now and then. I don't think we've got anything to come in terms of car upgrades off the top of my head. We will have a little look at our parts of them. I don't think there's anything coming in design-wise. There is not. All of our designs are coming in later than Azerbaijan, but that's absolutely fine because we are still doing construction projects and whatnot. We also don't really do anything with facilities. We need to do something with driver upgrades because I forgot to put the development points on people. Where we end up, we can't afford to do anything for the factory, that's for sure. Staff facilities, I guess we could do the team hub probably. We'll do that just to give the team a little bit of a morale boost, and our operations facilities, it really is kind of what do we want to spend money on to get morale up. I guess we'll go in the memorabilia room, and if we can get an upgrade on our helipad, that will lead to more money. That will work out fine. Right, so we've got some development points. Michael Huber, our tech chief, has one. He definitely needs help designing side pods because he's not very good at that. Pellegrini needs nothing. We're all good that way. Driver-wise, Oscar Piastri has an unused development point, and I think we're probably going to go for... I think we're probably going to go for his reactions. I think we're just going to keep trying to make him quicker. Consistency would help, but I think if we can make him quicker for now, we're probably in a better position. Théo Pourchaire not quite there with the development point. Jack Aitken has one though, and I feel like we should put that on braking because I'd like it if he could stop. That would be nice. That would be very nice. Right, let's crack on forward to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, I guess, see what comes in the meantime. We've completed manufacturing a rear wing. We should have manufactured a bunch of other stuff in the meantime as well. I'm not sure why it wants me to get all of those targets done just yet. We're not quite there yet. We do need race simulator upgraded. That's pretty good. We might be able to get ourselves another race simulator. That could be an interesting decision. Let's have a little look, see what we can do there. We've got the money, to be fair, and the race simulator makes our drivers better. And that's probably of benefit. And also the scouting department. Let's upgrade the scouting department so we can get more scouts. That's a really good idea. I like that. See, we're thinking ahead. We're making the facilities at HQ better. We're building everything we can build right now, so we'll just keep going forward, and hopefully more money will come in. So the tour centres come. We can definitely upgrade the tour centre because that also brings in more money. That's an extra $5,000 a week, which is money we can certainly make use of. We've got something in our inbox as well. Tour centre upgrade complete. We knew that. We're going to keep going forward with our sponsorship obligations, our facilities being complete, memorabilia room upgraded already, boardroom upgraded already. Again, we're just going to probably keep upgrading these because why the devil not? They all help with us getting more happiness and funding in. Memorabilia room upgrade as well. That's all cushy. Keep going forward, see what happens. Again, between now and the practice sessions, helipad upgrade. We can probably do another helipad upgrade. Sure, why not do another helipad upgrade? That can't go wrong. Boom, done, upgraded, probably to more or less the highest level. At that point, we should be doing quite well at bringing in money, and bringing in money is always a solid idea. We've also upgraded our weather centre, and we've manufactured some new chassis, which is all pretty good. The weather centre probably is the next thing I'll be needing to improve, because it will be nice to be able to see what the weather is doing. So, we have Azerbaijan coming up. We'll have a look at our car analysis versus Azerbaijan. Are we anywhere in striking distance of being at or above grid average? To be fair, we're not far off the grid average in terms of anything at this point. We should be okay. We should high-speed cornering. There is some high-speed cornering here. We might be able to get some advantage down that long back straight. Although, to be fair, we're also quite far off on acceleration, so it could go either way. This one could easily go either way. We'll go back into the inbox and we'll see what is happening there. Bunch of stuff, all good business. Right, race-wise, performance targets. Our qualifying target currently is to reach Q2. I feel like that's probably not the hardest thing to achieve. So I think we're going to go for that. So I'm going to come back in just a second after the race weekend, and hopefully we'll have a few more points on the board, because realistically our car now should be among the best on the grid, give or take. I say among the best. We're among the best on the grid for high-speed cornering. But we are getting better elsewhere as well, and there are certain little things that we will be improving as we go forward. If we compare any of this, I mean, our rear wing, I think our rear wing has improved. I can't even see where we are with that. Underfloor puts us third. Our chassis puts us in 7th on drag reduction. That's not too bad. Our powertrain puts us 17th on power. Cool, that's fine. That's all random information. Let's just go and race, because that's what we're here for. So it wasn't quite the race I hoped for, as Charles Leclerc has continued his dominance of the Drivers' Championship. Ferrari continued their dominance of the Constructors. Results-wise for us, though, really frustrating race. We had to go to a 2-stop late on because we just didn't have any pace on the hard tyres. So I switched to a set of hards, took Piastri from being 19th to 17th. Porsche was catching slowly up to Lance Stroll. And we seems like we got in touching distance of the fastest lap. We were second off. I thought we were getting in touching distance of the fastest lap towards the end. We didn't quite get there. But another disappointing race. Hasn't really been the episode for us to make hay, sunshine, that kind of thing. Teo Porcher, though, picks up a development point, which is always very beneficial. And we've made $4.5 million, which is definitely more beneficial, because I've had to buy some spare engines, gearboxes, etc. because they were just worn. I figured it was our only chance of getting anything at all out of Baku. That was sort of the story of our life, really. So let's go and drop those development points. We'll have a little look, see if there's anything here we need to worry about. Post-race debrief, reactions of Porsche could be improved. I mean, we could probably all agree on that. We need to go and check our development points. So we have one development point for Oscar Piastri, which, again, I'm going to put into his reactions, because I'm not worried about his smoothness. Tyres are not really an issue as much as pace. Again, reaction's going to go on for Porsche as suggested, because that will improve him as a driver. Jack Aitken doesn't get anything because he never goes out on track. Anything here for us to throw on? Nothing there. Okay, so in terms of next episode, because that's where we're going to be coming back, we've got all of our new things coming over the next few days before we go into Canada. Car development wise, we should have a new side pod and front wing in 20 days, which, quick maths here, 20 days is, it looks like we're getting them just in time for the British Grand Prix, which will be the second Grand Prix of tomorrow's episode, of the next episode. It won't be tomorrow, of the next episode. So that's all fine, hunky-dory, dandy, and we have a new ATR period to play with as well, which will help things out. So guys, I'm going to leave things there. Thank you for watching. In the meantime, I have been chasing Lamey. Do leave likes, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff down below. Ring the bell too, because then you get notified every time the new episode goes up. That's always smart. Anyway, as I said, I've been chasing Lamey. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.